Hi, I'm Sarah Thompson, real estate practice leader in Canada for Hub International. Real estate owners and operators are always balancing opportunity and risk. New technology is a great example. It can make properties more convenient, efficient, and attractive to tenants, but it can also introduce risks that need to be understood and managed. I recently sat down with Michael McBride, one of the risk advisors here at Hub, to talk about one of those risks, which is lithium battery fires and EV charging. It's an issue that's affecting property owners across North America, and Michael shared some great practical insights on what owners should be thinking about now. Here's our conversation. I'm here in Vancouver, and I'm sitting with Michael McBride. Mike, maybe a quick introduction.
Sure. Yeah. I'm the property risk control practice leader for Hub, and I sit in Philadelphia. Glad to be with you today, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. And we're here talking about real estate and lithium batteries. Lithium batteries are everywhere now: scooters, e-bikes, electric vehicles. Property owners are dealing with a new risk they may not have planned for. Mike, what's happening?
Have you ever ridden an e-bike before, Sarah?
I have. Yeah, they're lots of fun.
They are a lot of fun. I've ridden one once, and it was in your beautiful city of Vancouver. I talked my wife into doing it, and we were addicted. I'm still more of a manual bike guy, but yeah, you can see why it's growing, right? From $40 billion in 2022 to $300 billion they expect in 2030. And with all of that increase, we can expect, obviously, a greater risk. We all know that there's a greater risk, a fire risk with lithium-ion batteries, and e-mobility introduces that into the living space. So it's becoming an issue.
So what makes lithium battery fires different than other fire risks that property owners are used to managing already?
Yeah, there's actually three key issues. Number one, they burn much hotter, about twice as hot as a traditional fire. Number two, the metal oxides break down and actually liberate oxygen, so they actually feed the oxygen that they need to the fire themselves, not just taking it from the atmosphere. And finally, they are enclosed. It's hard to get at the material that's actually burning.
Interesting. So it's not actually just about the risk of fire itself, but the nuances of the lithium battery fires and maybe preparing for how that's different.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, we built these buildings over the past 150 years, right? Not thinking about lithium-ion batteries being stored in buildings, right? We thought of wood and even like plastics to some extent, but now we're seeing this totally different, really chemical risk that we're introducing into people's living spaces. So we really need to be thinking proactively on what to do with these devices.
Interesting. So from an insurance perspective, what are underwriters and insurance companies concerned about with these lithium battery risks?
Well, for one, obviously, right, their bottom line, they're seeing more losses, right? At the same time, they do have like a social responsibility. They want to help society do better. But they're not really changing policy wording so much. It's really trying to look at how we can manage the risk. And they're looking at it from a risk management point of view.
Okay, so while it's covered from an insurance perspective, property owners really should just take note of the added risk and then take measures to prevent it.
Yeah, that's the key part. It's not to just let this happen and kind of be passive about it. It's really to recognize there are things that can be done to mitigate this exposure. And the insurance companies are certainly at the forefront of talking about that.
So what are some practical, examples of what property owners should be doing? Should they just ban them from their buildings entirely?
Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? In the way it's growing, they'd have half empty buildings probably, right? So yeah, really it's a matter of recognizing these are here to stay and there are ways to manage it. It's updating lease language, like creating handouts that help people understand what the risks are and what the things are that they could do. For example, making sure that you have UL listed or ULC listed e-bikes only used on the property. That would be an example of something that you could do. You can also establish storage protocols. Ideally, to have a separate room would be great, but a lot of these are older buildings. So we should be talking to the tenants and the owners. Don't be storing it in the walkway and the exit ways, because if you have a fire, you're not going to get out. And have an emergency plan. Don't just let this come, be happenstance. Really think ahead of what needs to be done and communicate that to your tenants.
Yeah, I mean, those sound like pretty straightforward pieces of advice. Why do you think more building owners aren't doing these things?
I think it's human nature, right? We all learn the hard way, it seems, unfortunately. And so we've spent our career, right, helping people recognize bad stuff happens, even when you try to do the best job possible. So that is where we come in, where we can actually help our customers, whether it's an individual or the building owner, to recognize the risk and take steps. And a lot of times they just don't know. Rather than enforcement, we should think of it as education.
Interesting. So what is Hub doing to help property owners get ahead of this, Mike? What are some examples?
Yeah, well, we have some, certainly we have some literature, some general literature that we can pass out to our customers, and that helps a lot. But we also have 100 consultants in which we can really collaborate and partner with our clients and with the tenants as well, to help deliver solutions that are simple and that can be implementable very, very easily.
Yeah, that's all great, Mike. So bottom line, one takeaway, what's the one thing that every property owner should get from this quick chat?
Yeah, it's to be proactive. It's to not sit and wait for something to happen, but to get ahead of it, to come up with guidance, and then find ways to educate and collaborate to actually see those solutions implemented. I think that's the key. Don't be passive.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Michael. I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Always great to chat.